Hey friends, so now if you are a data engineer or you are planning to become one, you might start hearing about the role of AI engineering. At the start you might think, okay, this is something new, has nothing to do with data engineering and I don't have to worry about it. 2-3 years ago I was thinking exactly the same, but things changed very quickly to understand that AI engineering is very relevant for me as a data engineer. And I can tell you from my projects over the time, and slowly I start finding myself adding more AI components to my data engineering projects. Not only that, I'm getting more and more customers that they request me to extend my projects with their AI use cases. So I found myself transforming my platform from only data to data and AI projects. So I quickly understood that AI engineering is deeply connected into data engineering, and this can be my best expand to my career. And by the way, that was not only happening to me, but as well for the others. There was a survey by MIT and Snowflake. They asked around 400 senior data and tech leaders, and they found back in 2023 data engineers were spending about 19% of their time on AI projects. And guess what, today it is already 37%, and they expect more than 60% in 2 years. So it is already happening to us. It is not the future stuff. And my friends, this is exactly what we're going to do today. I'm going to show you why and what are the AI engineering topics that are relevant for us, the data engineers. So now let's go.
Michael, get up.
Oh, God, okay. All right, time to go. Time to go. Jim, let's go. Come on. Come on!
Okay, so now let's start with the confusing part. If you go and compare them side by side, on one side, our world, the data engineering, we deal with topics like ETL, data modeling, storage, pipelines, scheduling, data quality, DevOps, so all the stuff that we build and do every day at our job. But now in the other side, the AI world, you're gonna find topics like RAG, embeddings, vector databases, prompt engineering, fine-tuning, agents, LLM ops, all those fancy new terms that you're gonna find in the AI engineering. And now if you sit back and you start looking at this split, they have nothing to do with each other's, but once you start looking closer and you start understanding how they actually work, the concepts behind them, my friend, you're gonna find a big overlapping between them, and they start getting closer to each other's and start connecting. And now to understand exactly why, we're gonna go deeper. So the process of data engineering, I think you get it now by heart. We connect the sources. Our data comes from sources like databases, files, APIs, and they go through a data pipeline where the data gonna get cleaned up, transformed and modeled. And after that, we have to store the data somewhere. So it could be in warehouse or a lakehouse. And at the end, the data gonna get consumed by BI tools for reporting, dashboarding, and other analytical purposes, where they're gonna send a query to the storage, and the engine behind the storage gonna answer with results. So this is one side of the story, the data pipeline. Now let's go to the other side where we have the AI pipeline. For this side, we have more fancy name called RAG. It is a retrieval augmented generation. So the ecosystem has actually the same story. We start by connecting the source systems, and this time it's gonna be documents, PDFs, emails, tickets, web pages. So all the data, all the text gonna go inside a pipeline where the data gonna get cleaned, processed and transformed. And after that, instead of like aggregating the data, we're gonna go and split it into small chunks, so small pieces, and then we transform it into numbers by embedding the data, so we call it vectors, so that each number capture a meaning of the text. And after we are done processing the data, we're gonna go and store it inside the database. Of course, we have a fancy name for it. It's gonna be the vector database. And after that, the data gonna get consumed by AI, agents, LLMs, that's gonna go and read the processed data inside the vector databases in order to have more context for the AI. So this is the process of the AI pipeline, the RAG. Now again, if you go and sit back and look to those two side by side, you're gonna have the feeling that we are actually having the same patterns, we have the same layering. For both platforms, we are connecting the source systems in order to get data. And after that, we have another layer where we do data processing, the pipeline. It is the same thing, an ETL process that's gonna run every day, just different transformation steps. And as well, both of them need storage in order to persist the final result from the pipeline. And we have to make sure that the storage is scalable and has high high performance for the next layer. And the last layer is going to be the consumption layer, where either you're going to have like a BI tool like Power BI, Tableau, or an AI agent to consume the stored process data. So by just sketching the process of the AI engineering, you're going to understand this is actually the part of data engineering. All what we do is actually moving the data from A to B and process it on the way. This has been our job and always going to stay like this. And now if you are watching this as a data engineer, I can totally understand you that you are getting pulled a lot into AI work, asked to do things that you have maybe no hands-on experience about it and you don't have a clear roadmap on how to do things. That's exactly where DataCamp can help you. I have partnered with them for this video and have been recommending their courses for years. What I really like is how hands-on it is. You are not just watching videos and not using toy notebooks either. You are writing real code in the browser, getting instant feedback and building practical skills that you can actually use. For this topic especially, I recommend their Associate AI Engineer track. It is a natural fit for most data engineering watching this. It teaches you AI engineering with tools and workflows that actually matters in productions. And if your background is more into the direction of software and pipeline side, their Associate AI Engineer for Developer track covers OpenAI API, the embeddings, the vector databases, the whole RAG ecosystem, and as well the app-focused layer for AI engineering. Both tracks leads into DataCamp's Associate AI Engineer certificates, so you can show your employers you didn't just like learn concept and theory, you can go and apply them directly. So if you want a structured path to build those skills, check out the DataCamp with the link below. I can even get you 25% discount. So DataCamp, thank you so much for sponsoring this video, and now let's go back. And now my friends, of course, the big question is, are the companies building two separate ecosystems, one for data and another one for the AI? Well, the answer for that is no. Many companies, they have already solid data engineering projects, and it makes no sense to start from the scratch a new project for the AI. So currently it looks like this. Many data engineering projects are getting extended with AI use cases. We are connecting new sources that are needed for the AI, so all the documents, the PDFs, the emails, tickets, web pages, and so on. And we are extending our pipelines in order to process the new incoming sources. And for the storage, we add a new component, the vector database, in order to store the final results. So we deal with AI use cases like any other requirements in data engineering. New sources, new pipelines, and at the end, the data lands in the same data layer. And this is of course magic, because now we have a data layer not only for BI, dashboards, reports, classical ML use cases, but as well for AI use cases. So now in the consumption layer, we plug in all those AI use cases. And by the way, not only an agent that is answering a prompt using the vector database. And now of course here comes the magic. The AI agent has not only access to the vector database, but as well it has access to the whole data layer, to the lakehouse. So that means more data, more context, and more use cases for AI. Alright, so now after I showed you this, I hear you asking this question: if the data engineer gonna do the whole process end to end, why do we need AI engineers? Well, it is for the same reason why do we have other roles like the data analyst, data scientist, BI developers. We data engineers, we don't do the whole thing end to end. All our job is to pick the source systems, process it, and then store it in the shape that is easy to get consumed. But we don't go further than that. That means we don't go and decide, for example, should the users use Power BI or Tableau? Should the data analyst use this measure or this metric? We don't go and discuss the business use cases with the stakeholders. We just try to understand what the different projects need, and we build like friendly generic data model or data products to get consumed by different use cases. And this is the same thing for AI engineering. We data engineers, we will not go in discussions which model should be used for which like use case. We will not go and discuss the different interfaces for the chatbots, for example, with the users. We will not go and build the APIs that is ready for the business applications. All those stuff, all those discussions that happens on the consumer side, we will not get involved as data engineers. And for that, we need real AI engineers. So my friends, we data engineers, we always go and look to a process end to end. Like for example, the analytical process, it involves a lot of steps: data extraction, data cleanup, data transformations, data modeling, then calculations, building dashboard, sharing things. So we look to the whole process, and then we take the part of the data processing and we say, you know what, you don't have to do it. It is our job. So I'm gonna take this part and make it fast, make it scalable, and you only focus on your use case. That means building the measures, the metrics, and we own the data processing part. Same thing happens with the AI engineering process. We look to the process and we take the data processing part and we say we own it, so that the AI engineer can focus more on the use cases and the real work. Well, I didn't plan for this video to go in this direction, but yes, this is the core of data engineering, and we have always to evolve. At the start, we were ETL developers, and after that came the big data. So suddenly we are big data engineers. Then after that, we made another shift to the cloud, to the modern platforms, where we build our ecosystem in Azure, AWS, Databricks, Snowflake. And now we have a big new change in our role, where we have to extend our platforms in order to serve the AI use cases. But in the heart of our job, it's always the same. We just move the data from A to B, we process it, and make it easy to get consumed by the others, so that we speed up the whole process for projects in companies. So that means, my friend, if you are already a data engineer or you are learning to become one, so you are upskilling, you are very close to get to AI engineering. You just need to learn few topics. Like for example, go and read about the RAG, and as well learn how to build it. So how to connect the documents, how to split it into chunks, how to transform it into embedding, how to store it in the vector database, how to query a vector database. Learn all those stuff. To be honest, it is not that hard, and add it to your portfolio as a data engineer. So by listening to this, you have actually here three options. So either you're gonna go and become a completely AI engineer expert end to end, or you're gonna stay and say, you know what, I don't care about the whole thing, I'm gonna stay as a data engineer. Or this is how I recommend and to do it, is to stay as a data engineer, but upskill yourself with the new AI engineering topics. So with that, you are combining the best of the two worlds. So with this now, we have a clear picture about the data engineering and AI engineering. They are not that far away from each other. They are related, they are connected. And we data engineers, we are getting more and more involved in AI projects. And of course, if you are enjoying this type of content where I'm sketching the different concepts, the rules, how things are working in companies, then support the channel by subscribing, liking, and commenting in order to reach nice people like you. At the end, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.